my lovely. How are you? Counting down the days?
I'm good, thank you.
Are you ready again?
Everybody, mind out the way. Pregnant lady coming through, baby on board.
Oh, shush you.
Only the best for you, my muffin.
Hello, you two.
Hello, summer, you ray of sunshine, light of our world. Can't wait to hear what you have in store for us today.
Fred?
Where on God's earth is that fucking man?
You should have
I cannot tell you how much I don't miss my days with men.
Hello, my lovelies. Come on in, take a seat, rest your legs. We'll wait just a few more minutes and then we'll begin.
Oh, don't wait for my husband, please. Fuck knows how long I'll be.
Not to worry. Right, okay, let's start by going around the circle and saying one nice thing that's happened to us this week. Ameena, you go first, my love.
I'm not sure. Don't worry, I'll go first whilst you have a think. Freddie gave me the most glorious massage earlier this week.
And I ran you a bath with those lavender bath salts you like.
Lovely. Who's next? Lucy?
Oh, hiya. We bought the cutest little onesie for our little Pringle the other day, didn't we, Liz? Oh my God, it's so tiny and fluffy and has little berries on the top. Becky, you're next.
Well, I suppose it was nice having the house to myself to sort things out while Baz has been at work, yeah. Only problem is he hasn't come back yet.
I'm sure he'll be here soon. Ameena, would you like to have a turn now?
Yeah, we've managed to get the baby room painted.
Oh. Right, my loves, let's pick this up where we left off last week, shall we? When you go into labour, you may feel your waters break. However, not all women's waters break naturally, and so you might have to have a bit of help from the doctor.
I am so sorry, work ran on late.
For fuck's sake, Baz! Have you been down the jockey again?
Guilty. Sorry, babe, just trying to make the most of my time before our little girl arrives.
Right, shall I continue? Go on. Oh yes, women may experience vomiting and diarrhoea during labour. You will also pass a mucus plug, and this is the barrier that keeps your cervix closed. When your contractions begin...
Excuse me, may I interrupt a moment? My darling wife and I would rather refer to the contractions as surges. You see, we've been doing this amazing hypnobirthing class, and they say it helps you to relax more to think of them that way.
What a twat.
Moving forward, when your contractions, surges begin, you may experience some pain in your front, in your sides, and even in your back. And if you do have back labour, it can help to have pressure put on the small of your back. This is something your birth partner can help you with.
That's me.
So are you kind of like the baby's dad then?
Baz, you can't say that.
What? I don't know how all this lesbian stuff works, do I? I don't even know how to have a kid in the first place.
No, neither Lucy nor I are going to be the dads in the relationship. And actually, all this lesbian stuff is easy to understand if you actually get up off your arse and make an effort to learn.
Oh, what my wife means to say is that our baby won't need a dad and we'll get by just fine without one. And as for how we got pregnant, we did something called IUI.
Sex education lies.
They tell you that the only way to have a baby is to have sex.
And if you have sex with a man, you will get pregnant and die.
Nice sex with a man isn't that bad.
You wouldn't have fallen for me if you thought that up.
Anyway, we had to choose a donor, and then the donor's semen gets inserted each month when you ovulate, with hopes that 1 month you'll get pregnant.
We turned it into a little game, you see. Took it in turns each month to see who'd get pregnant first. Bit like survival of the fittest. And although I may be physically fitter, Lucy was definitely the fittest, if you get what I mean.
Oh, thanks, Liz.
Let's resume, shall we? As for other methods of pain relief, unless you're having a home birth, all women will have access to gas and air and an epidural.
Neither of which my incredibly powerful wife will. She will just breathe her way through it using the techniques we learned in our hypnobirthing.
That's my husband. Thank you. Talking of partners, where's that lovely husband of yours that you've been telling us about, Ameena? What was his name? Darren? David? And why is he not here today?
Something came up at work.
Oh, it must be so hard having a husband whose work is so unreliable. Freddie works from home, so he is here whenever I need him. Still, I trust that you have a lovely family that takes care of you. I heard Indian families are very close.
I'm Pakistani. Once you have delivered baby, you will also have to deliver the placenta. This is a very different experience to giving birth, and you may experience mild contractions that are helping to detach the placenta from the uterine wall. But most women don't feel this, as they're in what I affectionately call the love bubble.
Oi, oi, what's that then? Sounds fun to me.
The love bubble is the rush of feelings that women may get when they give birth. Sort of like a happiness hormone, and it helps bond you to your baby.
Do the dads,
Birth partners.
birth partners, get this as well?
Yes, you will feel bonded to your baby. It might take a bit longer because you don't have the help of the hormones.
Ah, I see. I don't think my dad ever got that with me. This love thing. Didn't really come naturally. My mum loves me, I know that much. I'm worried, you know? I mean, we weren't really expecting to have kids this early, but we're careless, get drunk too often. I just worry that I'm scary. Lee Neppy used to be terrified of my dad when I was younger. Scary looking bugger. I suppose the apple didn't fall too far from the tree. Can't imagine what it would have been like if I was a little girl. Just scared she won't love me.
Another thing that can help with bonding to your baby is skin-to-skin contact. This is when the baby is placed on your bare chest immediately after birth. And it's something you should put in your birth plan so that your doctors and midwives know that that is what you want.
Everything in this birth must go exactly to my birth plan. That's how I know she'll love me. My little puppet has to love me. I'm her mother. Well, mostly, anyway. Freddie and I, we struggled to conceive, and unfortunately, it was my eggs that were the problem. She's not really mine. I think she'll know as much. Oh God, I love her so much already, and I'm just so scared of not having this whole love bubble thing. So, to make sure it does, everything must go exactly to plan. Otherwise, she might not love me.
Skin-to-skin contact will last until the end of baby's first feed. There should be a midwife on hand to help baby latch.
Blue neck, what do you think I am, a cow? I'm not having a baby's gnashes around my lips. Lord help us all. Look, I'm not ready for this mum shit, and he is not ready to be a dad. I mean, look at him. Him, a dad. What?
Babies are very rarely born with teeth. But obviously that is totally breastfeeding is non-compulsory. It's got many benefits, but formula is this incredible invention, and ultimately, fed is best.
Only the best nutrients for our baby. Breast is best.
Right. Well, I think that might be all we have time for today. Does anybody have any questions?
Actually,
Ameena?
I was wondering if you could tell us a little about what happens when we tear.
Yes, of course. Tearing is very normal and very common, so it's really not something you should be worried about. There are lots of different types of tear, some natural, some not. Some doctors may give you an episiotomy, which is a small cut, and that allows baby more space to exit. Then you have your first and second degree tears. These are fairly uncomplicated, but they might require a few stitches. Usually you'll be given dissolvable stitches, and they'll just fade away as the tear heals.
Excuse me a moment, I think I'm just going to nip to the loo.
Then you have your more serious tears, third, fourth degree. These are very rare, but if you do get them, you'll have to go into surgery because the doctor will have to repair your perennial muscle. Somebody, does anybody have any water?
You alright?
No, thank you. Oh, I am so sorry. I must have stood up too quickly. Yes, I'm fine.
Well, birth certainly is
quickest sex by far.
Right, on that note, thank you all for coming to these sessions for the past 9 months. I do hope they have been useful. It's been a complete pleasure getting to know you all and keeping updated about when your little ones arrive. Thank you so much for coming.
Oh, thank you so much.
Bye, my lovelies.
How are you?
What's so nice?
I was working.
See you later. Bye, you three. Bye.
I was working in the pub.
Ameena,
In the pub.
can I borrow you for something? How are you doing? Only a few more weeks to go. I hope you don't feel like I'm imposing myself, but this David of yours, is he around much? I see. And your parents? Are they helpful? Pregnancy is a difficult time for any woman, let alone if she's doing it by herself.
My parents are quite strict. It's against the Quran to have a baby before you're married. My father always said, "No daughter of mine is going to marry a Gora." They haven't spoken to me much since they found out I was expecting.
Sweetie. What are you doing tomorrow? Are you free? How about I pop over and we can have a cup of tea and a natter? And maybe I'll give your house a once-over with my duster and you can put your feet up?
Oh, you really don't have to.
You know, 20 years ago, I was not too dissimilar to you. Thought I could do it all by myself. Had this beautiful little girl, Rose, but no husband and no family. It was lonely, so hard. And how I wished I had someone to help. Even just to pop over every now and again for a cup of tea and a chat. Especially when she left.
Where did she go?
She's gone. She's not with us anymore. Sid's. Didn't even make it to her first birthday. And I blame myself. Every day I blame myself. I was the only one there to blame. Had I not fed her enough? Had I not sung her to sleep? I didn't make her room warm enough.
I'm so sorry.
Please, don't be. Sometimes people are only supposed to be in our lives for a short while. Doesn't mean we love them any less.
I miss my mum.
Just think how lucky we are to have loved someone so much it makes saying goodbye so hard.
I'm so sorry.
Thank you. Tomorrow at 3.
Tomorrow at 3.
Shut the breathe, fuck up, just breathe. It's fucking sad. Oh my god. Oh my god, help me, Jesus. Bang on my fucking head.
For fuck's sake, Freddie, shut up!
Oh, thank God.
Well, technically I'm a mum.
And I'm a mummy.
And I know I may be biased, but our little Pringle is the cutest baby I've ever seen.
Just to clarify, he isn't actually called Pringle, although it was an option.
No, but poor boy's already got 2 mums. Didn't want to give the Karens another excuse as to why their little angel couldn't play with him.
Aw, Milo.
He's perfect.
My wife is a hero. Had the perfect birth, perfect baby, little Claudette. Breathed her way through it like she didn't even feel a thing.
For goodness sake, Freddie, don't lie! It didn't exactly go to plan. I had a C-section. It was quite scary, really. I knew something wasn't right. But, for all Freddie's flaws, his idea to do hypnobirthing really helped. It kept me calm the entire time. I was so worried about having a textbook birth, but the moment that they lay her on my chest, I was overwhelmed with love, and none of that mattered anymore. I love her, and I know that she can't tell me yet, but I know that she loves me.
I had a little boy. Ali, he is so perfect. Summer has been so useful. She comes round every Tuesday and Thursday to give me a rest, and Ali gets so many cuddles. Mum came round last week. She told me not to tell Dad. He hasn't met Ali yet. Mum melted the first time that she held him, and she said she's going to talk to Dad and that she'll be back. So things are looking up, I guess. Oh, I almost forgot. I've met someone. Bit of a weird one, actually. James? He's a paramedic. Drove the ambulance in when I went into labour. It's early days still, but fingers crossed.
I babysit when Ameena sees James. Looking after Ali, it's given me a new purpose in life. He's no replacement for Rose, but I know now that it's not my fault that she's not here anymore. I started singing again. Haven't done that in years. Firstly, it was just lullabies to get him to sleep, but now I've joined a local choir. There are quite a few mums there, so I'm thinking of starting my own baby music group.
I'm actually a really good dad.
Excuse him, he's turned into a proper softie since Tallulah was born.
Sorry, it's just... He loves me. She genuinely really loves me. I thought I wasn't cut out for it, but she loves me. She smiled at me as well today. Proper big one as well, just for me.
It was probably wind.
I'll shut up, babe.
Now, all jokes aside, being a mum is different. I did not know what to expect before Lula arrived, but I love it. I even tried breastfeeding. I mean, it's not for me, but... Now, don't tell him this, but truth be told, I might even consider another one.
Really?
Yeah, all right! Jeez, not for a couple of years, at least. That shit was fucking painful.